Hello and good morning, everybody. Oh my goodness. Oh, I haven't even aimed my camera yet. That's where I'm at today. No, it's just swampy here, so I haven't been like taking some great initiative. I wish I had stuff to talk about, but I really don't. I came home last night. I went to bed, fell asleep, and I woke up. Oh, well, I get up at about 8 because, well, I have Sheppies, and they don't let me sleep late. I'm lucky to stay in bed as long as I do. Kind of like having forever toddlers. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Oh, that's not what I want. So, I'm continuing my epic journey with color 151, which I still have close to 600 stitches on.
The thoughts intrusive are just bees buzzing to stay alive, distracted and elusive. They collide within my mind, and I struggle to think with my thoughts in a bind, and I push to the brink of insanity. Lost in thought, I wander down a path
159.
to my world.
159.
The leads me to ponder, and the depths of my emotions swirl. Though the bees can get overwhelming, the inspiration they mold in their buzzing I find compelling.
Current color, yes. Yes, it is.
Power I hold. So I embrace the bees within my brain, even when they drive me insane. For in their
Look at you
chaos,
playing with stuff.
I find a refrain of the beauty and complexity of my inner terrain. You will never understand that this is my norm, and I have chosen to embrace the swarm. The swarm, the swarm, the swarm, the swarm, the swarm.
So, for whatever weird reason, Heilin, whatever you just said got asterisked out for whatever reason. My filter is weird in more ways than one. I was gonna say, if you know how to, like, sometimes the filter is just bananas here. Like, much like everything else, things are weird here in this area. Oh, so I got yelled at again by the same old lady who apparently thinks I'm trying to kill her. Like, mind you, I have intentionally not been in her neighborhood for a while because, well, she's mean. She's a mean old lady. And I'm not all about that. And so I intentionally and purposefully avoided her neighborhood because I upset her. For whatever reason. Everybody else was fine. But I provoked a reaction out of her no matter how passive I was. For example, yesterday, she has one pill before her meal for whatever reason. The pill's name looks like rock and roll. It's chemical. Its commercial name is Requip. But we go by its generic name where I work, and so it looks like rock and roll. It's like Rapinarol or something like that, but it looks like rock and roll written out. So I used to walk in and go, "Hey, I got your rock and roll or your anti-rock and roll," because Requip is for restless leg syndrome. And she used to giggle about it, and she used to be amused, and we used to joke around, and then one day she stopped. And I was like, okay, that's weird. And then that very same day, she stormed up to me in the middle of the dining room. That was full, by the way. I was minding my own P's and Q's, which, friends. When I'm minding my own business, that is something to report all on its own. Because I'm generally paying attention to everything. So when I'm off, minding my own business, it's of note. She hauls off and starts hollering at me that I didn't give her med. I didn't give her med, and she's gonna go to the ER, and she's gonna get me fired. And it had happened a couple times before. I was like, okay, this isn't cool. So then I told my boss, and I had written it down. Like, I'd made note of it where I needed to for the engagement. But I didn't bring it up to my boss or anything like that. I'm like, she's old. She's getting a little cranky. Whatever. After the third time it happened, and my coworkers started reporting it, I was like, okay, can you have a conversation with her? So the administrator and my boss, the res care director, went down and had a conversation. And they're like, and this lady is like, oh, I don't like what she's doing with my med name. She's calling it rock and roll and whatnot. And the administrator of the entire facility looks at the med name and goes, that kind of does look like rock and roll. She was probably joking around with you, which I was. And he just rolled his eyes, but I was told, and I didn't get in trouble. Like, I'm not in trouble in any of this, so I'm not upset. I'm just like, really? So my boss pulls me into the office. She's like, this lady's treating you inappropriately. Don't let it happen again. But from now on, just go into her room, go, here's your med. Watch her take the med like you're supposed to, and I always did. And then walk out and have like a see you later or thank you or something like that. Easy enough. Easy script to follow. I've been doing it. So I did that yesterday. I didn't change. I walked in and said, here's your med. I watched her take her med. She was watching an old Western on the TV with closed captioning. I turned around and I walked out and I said, I'll see you later. Nothing. And I was in her neighborhood for like 45 minutes because her neighborhood has the most meds and in the weirdest times. And so she was sitting out there staring at me for like 45 minutes. Nothing. I go and I finish my before dinner med run. And I sit down and I'm working, it's downstairs, but I'm working on a really neat little, I think it might actually work out into a sellable project, which for the first time of anything is really cool. But I'm working on, it's called the crocodile stitch for crochet. And I was working on it, trying to figure it out because it's a vertical stitch and not a horizontal stitch, and it's very simple, but it's very wild. And so I was working on it, trying to figure it out, holding it upside down and sideways and whatnot. But she storms up to me. Now, mind you, she had 45 minutes to inquire where her pill was. She was looking to cause a scene. She walked up to me and started hollering at me in front of residents and a coworker that I did not give her med, and that if she ended up in the emergency room, she was, and she would, because I wasn't giving her meds, that I would be fired. I looked at her and I went, okay, you need to talk to the res care director, because I'm not dealing with it. So I wrote it up. My coworker wrote up what she saw, and the resident went, oh God, she's crotchety. And nothing else for the rest of the night. I accommodated, and my coworker was nice enough. After I had popped her evening meds, my coworker was nice enough to go up and give them to her, because she could have potentially refused from me, because I'm an evil person who just wants her to die. We all know that's not true. Because if I did, she'd be gone already. I mean, what? So that was my fun and excitement last night. Everybody else was glad to see me, because again, I haven't been in those neighborhoods in a very long time, because this woman comes after me with intent. I can't wait to get the report as to what happened today. Be like, and tell me, what did I do next? Because yeah, she yelled at me. I said, you need to talk to Cindy about this, who's the res care director, and my boss. And I went, if that's how you feel, that's fine. I didn't engage. I didn't give her anything that she was looking for. I went upstairs. I enjoyed my dinner in peace because I'm really tired of minding my own business and getting verbally assaulted for it. Like, really. Oh, it's funny if it, because I've been at my job for a year and a half ish, little over a year and a half. I started at the end of January, so yeah, roughly it'll be a year and 6 months on the 28th. And I've watched her decline, and it's unfortunate, and I realize that that's what happens, but she doesn't have to be so mean about it. Like, really, I just want to keep you going. But yeah, she was correct.
United as one tribe.
And I know that I'm not in any trouble. I know that I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't even say anything more than one syllable.
Together as one. United as one.
Oh my goodness. I hope that when my systems start to get to the point where some of these people's systems are at, that I do not become as obsessed with my bowel movements as some of these people are. And folks, if you take laxatives on a regular basis, you're doing it wrong. Like even Senna or Colace, they are intended for temporary use only. And I have people on these that are scheduled. And yes, I recognize that as you get older, your muscles deteriorate. But Senna and Colace only help that along. Your best bet is diet-based to keep your fiber up. Yes, it is the blue one. But I also know a lot of the ladies, because the guys don't really have too many issues about it. But a lot of the ladies grew up in a time where you took laxatives to keep all the fats off, and yeah. The other blue one, yes. It's this is the purple blue as opposed to the gray blue, you know.
This is our destiny. Release the energy. Stand together. Together as one. We stand here together, united as one. One tribe. This is our destiny.
So, I get an email yesterday. The craft fair that I was going to have, not this weekend but next weekend, unfortunately was canceled. So I'm a little upset about that, but I'm gonna be okay. I got things done and I got things ready, but I honestly don't think I'll be doing another craft fair until September, where I got the 2, and then October, I don't know if I'm going to look too much into and for October. I have November and December are pretty bigly booked, because holiday and whatnot. So. But that's I'm kind of bummed about that, but it happens. It was a newer craft fair. It was like its first run, so the person didn't have the idea out there fast enough. And it happened. And there are some situations where it's required, like you don't have a choice. Laxatives, but a lot of these individuals think that if they don't have a huge poop every single day, like we're talking like Goliath-sized poop, the little bunny pellets for them aren't good enough. They have to have a massive, like, have to flush it twice level poop. If they don't have that every single day, then they're dying and they're blocked up. Like literally, these ladies just get so upset, and I'm like, girls, ladies, it's okay, because you're not eating anything, so nothing's coming out. Yeah. Oh, nice. I can't say that I've at all been that awesome, so. Well, I've reached the point in where I'm at that just fill it in, yeah! I love the fill it in point. Yep, last night I got home and I was just so overheated because, again, we don't have air conditioning in the common areas where I work. So, unless I'm in a residence room, I am out in whatever heat is in the building. But I got home and I just I went to bed. I watched some videos. I doom scrolled for a little bit, but I get a lot of my stuff done before I go to work. That includes like the house chores and stuff like that. So I have a lot to cram in from 8 o'clock ish to 1:30 is 1:30 is about. Yeah, throwing it at the TV is not a cool thing to be doing. So plexiglass the box. So, I had a staffing agency call me today, and mind you, I'm utilizing staffing agencies to get somewhere where I want. But I feel that if I want to utilize a staffing agency, I should be reaching out to them and inquiring about their services, and they should not be trying to headhunt me. Especially, so this is my favorite. So, while Maine population-wise is very small, geographically, Maine is fucking huge. And So, there was a massive shooting in Lewiston, Auburn. And many of you sent me messages going, "Are you okay? Are you safe?" And it confused me because that's when I started to recognize that it's kind of like saying, hey, asking someone in San Diego if they're okay because there was a shooting in Lake Tahoe, kind of thing. The rich people lost it. And yes, I know both Lake Tahoe and San Diego are hoity-toity places. I recognize that. But I keep getting job offers for Scarborough, Maine, which is in the southern part of the state. I grew up there. 45 minutes from my childhood home. And they're like, "Oh yeah, it needs to be on site, and they're gonna do this, and they're gonna do that." And I'm like, that is a 3-hour trip. I am not going to leave my house at 4 in the morning to get to my job for 7. I'm not gonna do it. So please stop reaching out to me about jobs in Scarborough. And they don't listen too well. Because that's like the 5th job. They're like, "Yeah, it's on site in Scarborough." I'm like, if they have a hybrid or a remote option, I'd gladly go to the office 1 or 2 days a week. I'd prefer it 1 or 2 days a month, but I would gladly show up for a meeting or whatnot, but I'm not going to do an on-site job in Southern Maine. Not unless they help me pay my relocation fee. Yeah, Lewiston, Auburn, they're about 100 miles. Yeah, I will. It's an hour and a half, and our speed limit is 75, and that's what Google utilizes. But yeah, geographically, Maine is just, there's English is hard. There's nothing that's like just as the crow flies. Like Bangor and Brewer, they're sister cities, so yeah, as the crow flies, it's 10 minutes away from my house. But there's like a huge gap of distance. Like okay, so you're looking at Maine, it looks like your mitten hand. This is down east, your thumb is down east, so whenever you say someone from down east Maine, they have the accent where it's ka, ban, Harvard. That's the down east accent. Funny enough, at work, that's the accent I carry because that's work. But we have the Fort Kent and Holton at the top. Well, Fort Kent's up here at the top of your middle finger, and Holton's maybe down a little ways. That's where Holton is where Jules would come through. Fort Kent is where Dast would come through. And next down is Bangor. Funny enough, like it literally goes to the top. The next round of biggest cities is Bangor, where I am. And after that, it's Augusta, Waterville, and those are sister cities that are 20 minutes apart. And then after those 2 cities, it's Portland, South Portland, and that's a cluster. And then there's Kittery, where I grew up, and that's a big cluster. So, yeesh, yeah, short trip. It's like an hour and a half. I guess that's the definition of short. We measure things because we're not great at miles. Up until 2003, we had our mile markers 1, 2, 3, 4. So we measured things in time. Because up here used to be exits 50 and 51 where I got off in college. All the other states, that would have been the miles, but that was literally numerically the order in which they appeared as you were driving north, is 50 and 51. These days, it's it's exits 191 and 192 for those same exits. So just to give you an idea, like mile marker 1 was is now exit 28. So yeah, Maine is a little messed up. You'll notice that I don't necessarily measure in miles. I measure in time because of how messed up our highway system is. I mean, it would have to be close to Holton. But yeah, and Lewiston Auburn is still reeling from that shooting because legitimately, here in Maine, we have all the guns. You want a gun? We got guns. I got a gun. We have guns. We're not scared of guns. We know how to use them. You're pretty much born with a gun in your hand here in Maine. I'm not going to lie about that. We have our guns.
Together as one.
We treat them with respect and dignity as they should be treated as a potentially deadly weapon. I mean, I could make a fork a deadly weapon, but that's besides the point. So, for someone to lose their bananas as this man did is a big deal. And they're still reeling, and they're still trying to figure out what the fuck. And it's I'm not saying it's not a big deal around the rest of the country because too many people are dying due to gun violence, hands down. But, I mean, dude. Oh, yes. Calais. Yes, callous. Callous. Yeah. We do not pronounce it how it is pronounced over in France. It is callous, not Calais. It's like Target, not Target. Oh yeah, you could get really creative with needles. I mean, what? But it's to have so many of the laws that we in fact have in place federally. They're in place federally, like the entire United States. To have so many of those laws ignored for this kind of thing to happen in such a gun-happy state as, like, I think Maine is more gun-happy than Texas, and I will fight over that. The only thing is we're much quieter about it. You don't need to know that we have guns. You just can assume. But it was just so ridiculous, and and I felt so loved. I looked at my work phone, and not my work phone, but my phone at work. It had exploded, and I was like, I'm fine. But yeah, all the old people were worried, but yeah, it was 100 miles away. We were relatively safe. As safe as anybody can be.
When I saw you again, I knew I wanted you, but I had to hide it. I had to hide it, 'cause I have grown strong. Without you around, I've just gotta fight it. I don't wanna go back.
You want to see another super cute deadly weapon? Let me see if I can. Let's see if today it's gonna work. Oh. That's today's deadly weapon. I'll just turn on the pepper can for whenever I'm changing colors. He's a very beaten dog, as you can see. Very beaten. I'm hoping we can remain in this state of nice and calm and quiet because I like it. Husband creature though might come home and then ruin it all because he comes home, they get all excited then and he leaves. But them all excited. So then I'm stuck with excited dogs. Okay. I'm almost done this area. And then I get to move on to another area with the same color. We're gonna Preview Puppers has ended. So yesterday, let's see, after stream yesterday, what did I do? I don't think I really had too much to do. Oh, yeah, so I'm gonna continue unloading on frustrations at work because you guys will all understand and I'm really not, I just need a release valve. So I work with a lady who hates her job. Like, just straight up hates her job because she actually is held accountable for what she needs to get done. That's pretty much why she hates her job. So from the moment she walks in the door, an hour early before her shift, she starts doing work off the clock, which here in the States is illegal. And it's not cool. Like, she'll have other people, she'll have the newbies log into their account so she can work off their accounts because she knows that she's not supposed to be working that early. And I call her out on it, and then she just tries to get sneakier. It's like, bitch, I'm the queen of sneaky shit. Don't try to. So she stops whenever I'm working. She stops coming in super early, which I don't. Please come in on time. 10 minutes early, 15 minutes early. Awesome. Now, yesterday, she starts bitching about how she can't get her weekends off and how it's not fair and how she has to find placements, she has to find coverage for her weekend because she just wants 5 days off. And then she starts comparing us grunt workers down to the managers and how it's not fair. Now, don't get me wrong. If I ask for vacation and it happens to fall on a weekend that I work, I do not believe that it is fair for me to have to find my coverage for my vacation. I totally agree with her on that. Where I stopped agreeing with her is when she was like, well, she lists all the managers. She lists all the managers, how they don't have to find coverage for their stuff. Now, mind you, we're grunt workers. We are baseline grunt workers. We shovel the shit. We're baseline grunt workers. I seem to think she thinks she is queen of the fucking castle. And I look at her and go, well, they're managers. they don't have to find their own coverage because they're managers. And I told her I didn't agree with it, but she's placing the blame on the wrong people. And I am a believer that if you don't like not being a manager, work towards being a manager. I don't mind being the grunt person. I don't really. PC mysteriously turned off. I don't support the whole having to find your own coverage if you ask for vacation with enough time in advance. I don't support that. Like, find someone. And if you can't find someone, well, you're shit out of luck. Maybe you have to cover it yourself, because you happen to be the manager and you want to respect your people's time off. That's how I would function as a manager. If I couldn't find someone to volunteer to take overtime, I would cover the shift myself because I want my workers happy. But that's just how I am. But she's continually blaming the res care director, who isn't the scheduler. Just because she hates that res care director is holding her accountable for what she needs to be doing. And it's just so frustrating because this woman literally walks in the door an hour early, walks up to all of us and goes, "Can I go home yet?" Like, do I necessarily want to be in sweltering heat all the time? No, I do not. No. But I at least wait for the "can I go home yet" until like 45 minutes before I actually get to go home. Or after my job is done. That kind of thing. But it's so frustrating. It's like, yes, we all hate our jobs. We know you hate your job. Now, we don't need to hear about it all the time. It's just so frustrating. Like, and she's a little bit of a bigger girl. Like, don't get me wrong. I understand. I get it. If you don't like your job, it's up to you to change your position. Someone's not going to come along and help you. And I hate to say that. But it's an unfortunate truth in the world in which we live today. You're not going to have your Prince Charming come up to you, sweep you off your feet, and let you work from home. Unfortunately, you do have to work for it. And I wish it were different. I really do. But that's not the world we live in. I can wish all I want. I can wish upon a star. And it won't change everything. And some places do that. And unfortunately, this lady works the overnight shift, so it's already a rough shift to cover. I don't mind doing the overnights. Funny enough, I'm covering 3 of her 5 shifts. She asked for days off. So apparently Twitch and OBS and the ability to stop a mood and then reconnect. So, back to her being a Cuntosaurus Rex. I could have worked her weekend. I still could work her weekend. But I'm not gonna, because she wouldn't be able to fulfill my desires, which would be anytime anytime she knows I'm working, she's not to be there till 15 minutes before the start of shift, which would be 10:30 in the evening. And she's not allowed to bitch. Like, I would put some extreme, but she'd get her 5 days off. Like, my godfather, like, I'll do you a favor and I'll hold a favor for you kind of thing. Like, don't make deals with the Fae. Don't make deals with the Fae. So I would easily give her days off. She would not like the price she would have to pay because it would require so much effort on her half. But yeah. Apparently Twitch and I were having a little bit of a... I was swearing too much. Swearing too much for the makers and crafting. Apparently. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I got done that section. I gotta find where I'm going next. We're down to 488 stitches of this color. So I think I'm gonna tackle several like little small areas. I don't know which small area I'm gonna tackle first, but, you know. I am almost motivated to go into my boss's office early today, just to unload about this woman, because and I feel bad because my boss already knows what this woman does. Totally is aware of the situation. There's nothing she can do about it because overnights are hard to find, and I hate that she knows that she's held by the short and curlies by that simple fact alone. But yeah, and so with Circle K is under a different category. Healthcare, we pretty much get away with murder when it comes to overtime because no one wants to work in healthcare because the government and the patients all treat us like ass. So no one actually wants to work there. So when you find someone who's willing to work and put up with all the shit that is involved in working in healthcare, you just give them what they want. You just throw money at them and hope that you throw piss poor amounts of money at them and allow them to have overtime to make them think that they're actually making more money. So it's complicated and yeah. Have fun, dragon! But yeah. Okay, so where am I going? Okay, I got my 2 sparkly bits up here. Got 2 sparkly bits up here, which that's where I'm gonna start. I'm gonna start with sparkly bits. Thank you, foot friends, for allowing me that vent scream. I managed to lose where my string is. Okay. My la la la. I feel a lot better now. Venting has its good effect. Though I honestly I need to figure out something. I need to figure out something to do. I'll probably work on the Diamond Dot commission that I thought I would have to have done for the 27th. Because I was going to meet up with the person, but I can either get it done sooner or later now, because I got to ship it. Funny, the remainder 400 some odd stitches are just little spots all over the place, and it fills in quite a bit of the blank spaces. But at the same time, it's just a lot of jumping. I'm trying to find the more visually gratifying areas to fill in, but you win some, you lose some. This one just was one that in an area where I had finished everything around it, and I like I like being able to essentially like say I don't have to look up in this corner anymore. So. Well, Jules and Phelan, I'm glad that you're here with me. uh, okay. I might pop up my hyperfocus. Hyperfocus, go. Oh my goodness. Mm-hmm.
A new wave of power arises. From the ashes, new heroes born. An emergence of hope upon the horizon. A sense of victory at the break of dawn. The rise of heroes.
Oh, I do not need dog right now. Oh,
A sense of victory at the break of dawn. A new time has come. The rise of heroes.
let's see if I can get over 300 today, because that would be fantastic. That would actually might put me at 50 if I got over 300. So that's my goal is 97.5. For tomorrow. So we'll see. We'll see where we get.
A new time has come. We shall rise undefeated. With sword and shield in our hands.
This is one of those weird areas where I counted to like half the square is off and the other half is somewhere else. So it's a try to match it best you can scenario. The best thing about clouds though is you can have a couple colors swap and it'll still look pretty good.
A new time has come. The rise of heroes.
It's so weird because I don't have anything. I don't have a crash card first, so I don't have to really do any of that. I'm trying to figure out like stuff to do. I could probably like clean my house a little bit. That could be useful. Not something I necessarily want to do, but it could be useful. Clean up my shop vac, which is always fun. Work on the store's proper website redesign, so that could work too. I don't know. I'll pick something out. I might just end up sitting here and stitching a little bit more, getting a little bit extra under my belt. Because I still have a ton of leftovers, so I'm not cooking any dinner till some of my leftovers are gone.
Stone cold chills down my spine. These fears are getting in my mind. Yeah, all the time. It's always been like this. I've tried to find a way to press rewind. But as long as I'm alive, I keep hearing all those echoes. It is trying to get in control. It tried to pull me down, but I stand my ground as I'm rising to the clouds. I keep hearing all those echoes.
Okay, I am funny enough down that little area.
It tried to pull me down, but I stand my ground as I'm rising to
Oh, got a little area over here. I'm gonna close out the top half of this color. I thoroughly enjoy talking to myself. Wow. There's that. So, that. I'm gonna force the camera down so you guys have to look. Funny, these little spots look like they're so big when I zoom out on the pattern in the entirety, but then when I actually go to the area where they are, it's like, yeah, this is not a big deal. There's like 5 stitches that look like 20,000. Exactly where. So I won't be on tomorrow, but I will be on Thursday and Friday with Daz.
You and me, we both live life at full speed.
Three
Easy
stitches.
when we collide, no one walks away.
Red chicken.
Never thought you'd be
I have enough for 3 stitches. You know I do.
I never felt so hard. I never meant to be the one. I never thought I'd break your heart. And after the stars have crumbled to dust,
Just barely. Actually, I've had closer thread.
burning in us, burning in us. And it hurts so bad, but it doesn't mean that it's wrong.
Does not help when you knock over the thing you're trying to hold still. Does not help. I'm going to move over to the edge and do another glide down the page as it were. I'm just picking on. Again, I would do this with no watchers. I did for quite a while too. So with the craft fair being canceled, funny enough, August I have presents available that will be opened on August. I need to get some good pictures of it and a nice little short video, but I will, having presents. Presents will be turned back on. Oh, I'm back up to full. Okay. Yeah, apparently it is spinny week, but they are doing a lot of construction up the street, so would not surprise me in the least. There's that. I got that all. Okay, we're gonna satisfy a very small cluster here, and then we're gonna go somewhere in here. Well, you can't even see where I'm working because the angles. Okay, so we're right now working up in here, but the cluster I'm working on is like a slow wave down the side of the panel here. So we will see. And just if I'm going for like a long chunk of color, I'm trying to get all like the little speckles that are just before it. It is such a weird placement of color.
A sense of victory at the break of dawn.
All good. It's all good.
A new time has come. The rise of heroes. Rise up.
How long is this? Not too long. Yeah, a little bit.
A new time has come. shall rise undefeated.
I need to place an Amazon order today so that I can say that I actually got it done. Is mostly what it is.
The rise
This one, right?
of heroes.
But I need to, and mind you, I've looked in stores, but I need to find a bunch of small S hooks for some of my newer displays, because while I like using zip ties have their purpose. I much prefer using S hooks because I can rearrange. Oh yes, Prime Days. Yes, I can rearrange my. I think they start tomorrow. Oh no, they start today. Woo! I can rearrange my setups without having to cut and waste zip ties. Now, mind you, there will be situations where zip ties will be used, but not in every situation.
They found the key to my mind, hidden on the floor. I tried to scream, but my voice was gone. And they stole every part of me I used to own.
It's weird because like the things I want to buy are like Velcro strips, like the rolls of Velcro, which I absolutely can find locally. That's not the problem. I just the S hooks like they sell like 3. It's like I need more than 3 for what I'm doing. And they're not even ones that I need to be like super duper heavy. Like I sell lightweight art, so it doesn't need to be heavy. But I do need more than your average bear. I am so confused as to how this happened. I got a knot without actually trying to have a knot. Not sure how, but it's gonna get cut because I can't do it. Most of the time, like I don't have anything that like, oh, it's like not like I totally need to have these things, but at the same time, this time around, it would be pretty handy to have these things and not have to pay $50 billion for it. Like I was very pleased with my 30 S hooks for $15, and they're actually heavy duty S hooks for things. I do need 6 heavier duty S hooks, because they're the things that hold my displays, but for the most part, nah, I don't need it. I get it. I get it. Goodness, what did we do before Prime? I remember when Netflix was mail order DVDs. I remember when Amazon was just books. It's funny. I was doing business inventory on Sunday. I was taking all of my stuff. I was taking all of my stuff and sometimes I forget to properly inventory things before I put them out for sale. So it's like, oh, it's bad bookkeeping, I know, but right now it's just for me, and I'm not making money hand over fist. But so I was inventorying and getting all the prices and cost per unit and whatnot. I can safely say that everything that I currently have out for sale, I have sold enough to make back what I spent in making it. So that's always a positive. Like, at least materials and items wise, I am in the black a little bit. Again, not hand over fist. I try to be reasonable with my prices. But in doing that, I had to look back at what I paid for some things, and I'm like, God, prices have gone up. Even for like my little materials. Like, I hate bookkeeping. Like, I like it and I hate it at the same time. But yeah, I was doing my bookkeeping, and I'm like, damn. The only thing that's about stayed the same is the majority of things I get from the thrift stores, and I'm so glad for that, because that's where most of my stuff comes from. That's where I get some of the wild colors I get. So, but yeah, prices have gone up a lot. There we go. But at the same time, I realized that I have a couple of items where I have a big profit margin on them. Like, again, not huge, but big enough to make me kind of giggle and feel a little greedy. I mean, my most expensive item is a 3x3 piece of stencil art on hand-dyed fabric for $50. That is my most expensive. It's a 3 Connection Hill today. I don't know if I'm gonna get, yeah, oh yeah. I wish. But yeah, like I was saying, my most expensive piece in my store that I could ship out tomorrow is $50. That kind of thing. Like, most of my items are in my lowest price item is $2. And most of my things sit between the $5 and $20 range. And I have no, like, I don't feel bad about a lot of that. Some of them, yes. But I'm slowly starting to realize that it takes skill to do some of the things that I'm doing. Oh yeah, if I have one more disconnect, I'm peacing out for the day, because I'm tired of this. So, just so you know, all 2 of you watching, if I have another disconnect, I'm peacing out for the day. I love you, but I can't do this. 1 and 1.
The shadows of midnight are falling on my face. I am alone. Where are you tonight? I'm crying to the darkness. I'm calling out to you. This isn't right. No, this isn't right. I am waiting to hold you in my arms again. I am waiting, come back to me. I am waiting, waiting for the only one for me. I'm waiting.
I love when I work in the area where the count is correct and I don't have to think too much. Because sometimes that does not happen. There we go.
Hold you when the sun sets. Wait to see your face. I stare through clouded skies and light. With eyes so blind, I walk a million miles. I can't leave you behind. I am waiting to hold you in my arms again. I am waiting, come back to me. I am waiting, waiting for the only one for me. I'm waiting.
Figure. Maybe I need to open every stream with, okay, I get 3 disconnects and then I'm done. Even though I've had way more than 3 already today in the hour and a half that I've been on. Frustrating. It's very, very frustrating. It's like, really, guys? See, there's noises outside. But I'm not sure if it's thunder or if it's construction noise. Because it could be both. I don't think I have enough. I have enough. I'm gonna try to at least get a couple of halves in there. That's that. One out. One out. La la la. I'm on the last little section of this particular clump, and then I think it amps up to go in the downward direction that I have been aiming for. Down and to the side. I gotta say, the dowel that I've been using to keep my lip nice and sturdy, working out pretty good. When I build my desk upstairs, because as much as I love this desk, it's not gonna go upstairs. When I when I get around to transitioning craft space to upstairs, this desk will probably be scrapped for parts, and I will have other things. I'm gonna get this little section all framed out and then go back, because after I'm done down here, it all goes down this way. So I try not to waste it. Nice fluid path. What is your brain doing that you don't want it to do? Ooh, Jules. I've done that before. Jules. Or me grabbing something hot just because it's not in the hot spot anymore. I did that yesterday. probably one of the best angles we're gonna get in this one. This one here. All of them here. And then I'm gonna make a big jump.
We stand here
Big jump.
together, united as one. One tribe. A feeling from deep
At least
inside.
I perceive it as a
Sense
big
of
jump. It
victory
probably
and euphoria.
I see it.
Look at us now.
Over.
United as one. This is our destiny.
Huh.
Release the energy. Stand together. Together as one.
Dooby-doo.
We stand here together, united as one. One tribe. This is our destiny. Stand together. Together as one.
So yesterday I had to go to my A1C, and I wish I had better results, but it's not bad. My A1C went up to 8. Life has been stressful, but
Release the energy.
I'm working on getting a pump upgrade. So I'm going through all their benevolence programs due to the fact that everything is expensive and insurance wants to pay for nothing. So I'm utilizing benevolence programs, and they're blowing up my phone.
Together as one.
Yay, straight line.
Let's see what happens when it's late at night. Where is the action? I'm starry-eyed. Wanna take a leap of faith and don't think twice, think twice. Maybe I could be a lucky charm. Bet your heart on me and help me hear your heart.
My goal for to get through for the next 25 minutes is down to less than 250. Now, I'm at 364 right now, so that's 100 stitches, 100-ish stitches. And that'll put me over 300 stitches for the day. So, hopefully we can get it done. I'm at 97.43%, so 97.5 is a possibility. And since I don't have any pressing, oh yeah, I don't have any pressing chores, so I think I'm gonna let the dogs out and work on stitching. Working on getting to that 9 to 7.5%.
Let's see what happens here. It's late at night. Where is the action? I'm starry-eyed. Wanna take a leap of faith and don't think twice, think twice. Maybe I could be your lucky charm. Wear your heart on it and help me hear your heart. I could be your 21, so baby double down. Are you lucky now?
I'm just trying to work with mine. It only became active on July 1st. I have not had any major interactions with it. I didn't get a lot of paperwork to tell me what it covers and what it does cover. It's intentionally vague, which is very frustrating because I was told that it would pay for my stuff, and I'm really growing weary of the world forgetting that type 1 diabetics grow up. And unfortunately, because most of the world forgets that, well, most of the United States forgets that type 1 diabetics grow up, they forget that they need insurance coverage. I mean, the best phrase that I've ever seen, because I read my insurance coverage books, the best phrase that I've ever seen that made me so happy was all diabetic medical supplies covered in full. All DMEs, all of it covered in full. That was not even that. My deductible was still sky high, but it covered all of my diabetic medical supplies, and it was so nice. Oh, I don't have a special needs kids, but I have a special needs me. Oh, that's what I can do today. I keep meaning to is clean my air conditioning filter. If you have pets and air conditioning, make sure to clean your filters. Or else it's really gross.
There's a blue sky facing down, filled with stars and lifting us up. A golden sky which makes us connect.
Woohoo! I'm still here, still stabbing stuff.
Stardust is giving it life. Then it's beautiful.
I hope appointment went okay. Oh my goodness. Huh.
Then it's beautiful. It's
We're gonna go over here a bit.
It's beautiful.
Because we're working in this area.
Then it's beautiful.
Well, I Godspeed with that. That's what actually just before you hopped on, I'm trying to work with insurance and both Omnipod and Dexcom to get my things approved so that I can so that I can bring my A1C, keep it in control.
There's a blue night sky facing down, filled with stars and lifting us up. A golden sky which makes us connect. The stardust is giving it life. Then it's beautiful.
Yeah, that's for me. Like, once I know what, for me is finding what I need to do. Because they like to bury things underneath, and one of my providers is fantastic. Like, she's like, this is what you need to do. This is who you need to call. Do these things, and like, bing bang boom, we're all done. But I have a problem with asking for help.
Then
absolutely does. Because I've noticed in healthcare that preventative care is not looked favorably upon. Because they want you, and this wanders into conspiracy theory, they want you to suffer so you have to pay more, so you're continually trapped under the cycle of debt. That's what I've discovered in my travels, is they do not want you to utilize preventative care. They want you to go bankrupt. They want you to get sick and in the hospital. So you have to pay out the ass because they go, no, we don't cover that. You didn't take care of yourself. So if you don't use the preventative care, you get fucked. And if you use the preventative care, you get fucked. So either way, you're fucked. And the longer I live and the longer I have to work my way through the system, that's what I'm seeing more and more of. It's not, oh, hey, we're here to help you. It's, how can we fuck you over today? No lube. Lube is extra. You have to pay for the lube. But that's how it feels that American healthcare is for anyone with a disease that requires preventative maintenance. And as someone who has worked so hard through so many things just to exist, and still every day has a whole pile of shit to go through just to function, I utilize as much preventative maintenance as I can afford. But at the same time, why I haven't had my CGM for 3 weeks is because they're $300 a pop. And I'm like, nah, bruh, nah. So that's what I've been dealing with. But they love freestyle, because freestyle is less effective. Freestyle is less accurate, I should say. Dexcoms are specifically aimed at type 1s and the level of control that type 1s need. Type 2s, if you take care of yourself and you take care of your diet and you pay attention, it won't get worse fast. More worse fast? I don't know. English. But all I have to do is ignore myself for a day and I can end up in the hospital. Oh. And that's what I was telling my endocrinologist. She's phenomenal. We've been working together for 25-ish years. Yeah. Ooh. And I looked at her. I'm like, I just changed insurance, and I am trying to get everything in line again. And it's hard. And she understands, but I'm bad at asking for help, and she's like, I'm here to help you. You should have reached out to me the second your insurance dropped, because I went a month without insurance. And I had pumps, and I had insulin, so I was fine. CGM, meh. But I think I hurt her feelings by not asking for help, and I looked at her, I'm like, how long have you known me? I am not great at asking for help. You know this. If I'm lying on the floor dying, yeah, I'll reach out for help because I want to live. But I'm really bad if I'm doing okay asking for help. And everybody needs to know that. I'm really bad at asking for help. It's not you, it's me.
defamation, and we have gone unheard. Act like our existence is something quite absurd. We shall go the distance. We will not go
Oh, hey, look,
unheard.
husband creature's home.
Hold us down and torture. You barely said a word. But now the time has come. We will not go
At
unheard.
least I think so.
Ask now
The dogs kind of wandered to the front.
the wrath you have incurred. Stand aside and witness. We will not go unheard.
I don't think I reached my goal, but I still have 10 minutes. So we'll see. My mini goal. Oh, okay. I'm hoping I can reach my mini goal because I'm at 313 stitches of this color remaining, and I wanted to get down to 250. So I might not hit that, but I'm at 97.45% for percentage, and I'm at 286 for stitch count. So if I can hit either 95.5 or 300 stitches, I will be happy. Oh, yeah. And that's what it is, I mean, I have, a bulk of my trauma comes from being undiagnosed as diabetic, and the suffering and the weakness and the tired that I went through in that summer. The being accused of being lazy, just the exhaustion. Like, I remember that. And then people thinking that I had an eating disorder. And the funny thing is like, after that doctor's appointment, I remember it clear as day. They're like, okay, so we want you to keep a food journal to log what you're eating. And my dad took us to a convenience store, and I got a Sprite. I got a normal Sprite. You know, just a nice clear soda for a hot day. And the first things out of his mouth were, should you really be eating that or drinking that? You know, you should really be watching what you're drinking. And that's what started it. That phrase would haunt me for the rest of my high school, and a good portion of any family event that I go to is the, should you really be eating that? And it's honestly, it's kind of a miracle that I didn't develop an eating disorder. Honestly, if I can eat it, it's going in my mouth. It might take me a little longer because I can't swallow. I can't swallow food very well. Solid food feels like razor blades going down my throat. And so in return, I eat a lot of fast sugary things, which is why my A1C is up so much. Is because I can't eat the solid carbs that they want me to eat, and they're not helping me figure out why the fuck I can't swallow. So but yeah, as long as I can sit and like eat European style, and I know it sounds weird, but there's a difference. As long as I can sit and take my time with my food and not worry about it, I'm fine. Like I can eat a salad pretty easily, but salads don't generally have a whole lot of carbs. So like mushy things I can eat. But I don't get a whole lot of time to sit down and eat because Americans are like, go, 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 go. Oh, you're not working. You're not being productive. Go, 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 go. So my taking an hour and a half to eat a sandwich. Actually, that sounds like a pretty good, like I intend, like dinner tonight at work is going to be cold pizza. Now, cold pizza takes me a little bit of time to eat, but it's mushy enough. Okay. There's that. Oh, 293. I can do it. And my weight's holding steady at in the 170 to 175. Yesterday morning I was 175, but that's my healthy weight. Perfect people say I should weigh 150. I am healthy and happy at 170 to 175. The lightest I have ever been in my adult life is 154, and that was when I was going to the gym 3 days a week. And just busting my ass. And I didn't like that. It was definitely ass busting. And even at that weight, it's funny, even at that weight, my doctor said I was overweight. That's how intense they are with diabetics and their weight. That's why teenage girls keep their blood sugars high to stay skinny, is because people harp on their weight so much. Me, I'm like, my relationship with gravity has no bearing on my overall health. But that being said, let me give you the rundown of the stuff I did. Let's see, did I do that? I did do that. Okay, so we got 301 stitches done today. 301. We got up to 95.46%, which is pretty good. We have 298 stitches of this color left. I'm probably gonna work on it after I'm done here. Gotta let the dogs out and stuff like that. Sir, you're fine. Oh. But we're almost at 201,000 stitches. I want to thank everybody for the gift of their time. No, sir. I hope everybody has a fantastic day. No war crimes yet. So, drink your water. Take your meds. If you have spoons, be kind to others, but primarily be kind to yourself. So, I will talk to everybody later. I'll probably be on Discord. But, stay out of trouble. Closing in on a finish. We got this. Talk to everybody later. See you on Thursday.